Because look at your history. The Industrial Revolution changed everything about the structure of society, changed everything about work. And you came in from the countryside to work in cities, in factories that were foul, poisonous, toxic places. But you had work. The whole thing was changed to a massive money system and profit. And the next term you heard was mass production, like Henry Ford and whatnot. And you were brought into factories and did terrifically monotonous, repetitive work, mind-numbingly repetitive work at a low wage. Corporations made a lot of profit. Then the next step was automation. And there it started to change again. Because now you didn't need people. You threw out people. Threw out you. Made things automated. Because the whole system is that profit is more important than you. And by having less people, that made more profit for the corporation, for the business enterprise. Your labor costs and all related things about you were dragging the corporate profits down. So they just found systems of technology that got developed, automated, steel industry and whatnot. Then the next big one was the computer. And millions of you lost work to the computer systems. Could do it faster. And of course, cheaper. Less people. Less cost for the corporation, for the business. But you're out of work. You're out of work. But the business doesn't care. It's all about the business and profit. It makes this whole life about a golden calf and worshiping at a golden calf of profit. You're not important. That's what the whole system's based on, is profit is more important than you. And now recently, the next phase has come in again. Computers and robotics joined together. And millions of you are now out of work again. And more will become out of work as the robot aspect tied to computer systems will throw out millions and millions more of you from employment again. But the corporation, the business, will make more massive profit, as you're already seeing with the Amazons type of corporations. That's been the model of the economics that has dumped all the plastics in the ocean, that has dumped hundreds of thousands of tons of toxins into your air and water, food, soil, because it's all done with the attitude of profit, not you. So that your life was really needless, nothing to the economic system. People were secondary. And yet there you all are, because you're tied into the system of money. Paying for rent, paying for food, paying for services. And the trade-off was you worked at something or other. The robot does it. The computer does it. And you got 7 or more billion people on the planet. But the economics wants less and less people involved as a cost in the economics. They just want you to buy things. Just buy from Amazon, buy at the grocery stores, buy at the online markets of all types. Well, where's your employment in that system anymore? Gradually, as you're seeing already, other countries have already arrived at this terrible situation where there's masses of you without any work. Very little economic activity available to you. Look at Mexico. All through Latin America. They already have it and have had it for years. Overpopulation, no economics to support that population. You got massive poverty, desperation. That's the agenda and the direction of the economic model that is still in operation, and in America is being, adhered to and pushed by Republicans in particular. It's a big delusion. All the while the Republicans are telling you about liberation and freedoms that don't really exist under the Republican economic system, as they wipe you out and give the money and profits to corporations. So what are you going to do? What do people do? What's the future? Should be looking ahead, saying, look what this system is doing. This economic system is doing. It's already poisoning the whole world. It's already causing such pollution that it's caused the whole planet's climate to change. And that's an agreement. There isn't any made-up, that's a made-up thing of Republicans, that there's, no, there isn't climate change, and geez, no, it's not, it's a doubt, There's absolutely agreement. From the research, from the analysis, the repeated research, the repeated analysis, climate change is real, and it's caused by the humans' economics. You're poisoning yourself. You're allowing yourself to be poisoned for profit. You're allowing your kids to be poisoned for profit. So, of course, to hide from that, to deflect from you paying a dramatic attention to changing that economic system, that's why you see all this repressive Christian lunacy right now, about hysteria, about dark age myths and repression of women, repression of gays, racism. You see Nazis and right-wing racist things that are noisy and loud and appeal to that interest, because then it deflects. Now, if you're going to change, you're changing the whole economic approach. Economics is just made up, It's another system of humans that's just made up. You make up economics any way you want. It should be about you. You're first. You always have been, really. But you look through history, you've been lied to and indoctrinated and made ignorant and been subservient to the economic pressure and model that corporations and big entities of that type of thing and the rich put together, and they made the legislation that benefited them, not you. And here you are, with your oceans filling up with plastic. Because that's the guaranteed end result of this economic system of poison and pollution. So we have to change. You have the research, you have the technology to change. And the only thing holding you back are all those right-wing extremists, the Christian lunatics, the Nazis, the racists of all ilks, and the corporations who fund them and cater to them, and also cater to the legislative attitude to deny climate change and deny changes to the economic system, so they can keep poisoning and polluting you and making the money, the profit. And when you got to change, you got to change the whole system. You change the whole economics. And you change it to an economics of you. You're first. It's your life. Life supposedly is so valuable and important an experience to have. And yet look at the economic system you built about all that. It makes you non-important. It makes you superfluous. It doesn't make you a part of it at all. Whether you live or die, as long as you went out and buy some things or whatnot. If you're poor, well, suffer. That was all the thing they had. Now that's pretty insane. When you're being told by religion about, oh, how great life is, and, oh, you gotta have life, we're so for life, oh, gosh, more babies to suffer in poverty and poison and pollution. It's crazy. It's insane. So it's a big change. It's a dramatic change that has to happen. But you have the possibility to do it. You got the technology. You got the science research. You can do it. And you change the legislation, you change the orientation of everything to be about you. You're first. It's your air and water first. It's your food supply first. Doesn't matter if some entities out there growing food and vegetables, right? It's your food first. They're responsible to you. So they don't poison and pollute you. No business can be poisoning your water. You find out they're poisoning your water, you close them down. That's a criminal act to poison your water. You close them down. Same with air pollution. Anybody poisoning, dumping toxins into the atmosphere, your air, that's a criminal act against you. You close them down. So don't worry, there's plenty of entrepreneurs, there's plenty of technology and research and development, there's plenty of scientific knowledge that can make the thing happen as it should be. A shift away to an economics of you, to benefit you. You're first. All the way through the whole system of government, of business, the whole thing. And of course, in there, naturally comes out of that is equal rights. So all that Christian fascism or lunatic stuff about no rights for gays because their little book of myth says, oh gosh, no, that disappears, vaporizes. It's not valid. All the thing about racism and justifications of racial separation and, repression, the Nazis, the dumb boys, the oath keepers, and all these guys you've heard of here recently that are all in the Republican Party, they vaporize. They don't have a position. They don't have that free speech to talk about hate, to talk about threatening and demanding repression of others and destruction of your rights. Because the economics and the world and the life is about you and your kids. As it always should have been. As it truly, it always has been. It's your life. Your life is the thing. This is your time on earth. Like all of us. And it's transitory. So you make it about you. That while you're here, it's to benefit you. And then to benefit not only you, but your kids. And then their kids. And their kids. So you take care of this beautiful planet that provides us with food, water, air, that keeps us all alive. It's insane to think, that we spent this whole economics poisoning the very thing, the planet, that keeps all of us alive. That was an insanity. An insanity. With a lot of people very rich telling you how important it was to keep going that way in their fancy suits and on their talk shows and on their web pages and on their, interviews and they kept really saying poison and pollution. Poison and pollution of you. Toxicity. Profit. Toxic profit. The golden calf. Well, you see it clearly now. You're done with it. You're over that stuff. You get it clearly. The information is here. Reality is here. So you live in reality, you behave in reality, you follow the path of research and facts and, and then you develop it about you. An economics of you.